don't know why that did that, because I had purposely set it up to flip the camera and it flipped back over. But hey, welcome to my live. Welcome to my live, people. I'm trying to get this one done, so that's why I'm back on this blanket. So I'm trying to get this one done, and hopefully I have it done soon. I'm coming up with like different new ideas for it. I'm trying to log into my other YouTube, because I don't know why this closed out. Let me see. There you go. Hopefully it pull up right. Let's get to my life. Okay. I'm put on my gloves. Yeah, I'm gonna get started. I'm just trying to make sure I was logged into the other thing. Gotta get my gloves on. Use fiberglass yarn. What's fiberglass yarn? I don't know why this looks like it's far. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure everything looks right. It looks like it's been moved back. Maybe I need to move this over then. Because I did mess with this earlier. I was doing some work. I did a science experiment. I'm on my second skein of yarn. I'm trying to get this one raveled around. All right, we good now. We are good. Hi, welcome in if you're new. This is a baby blanket. It normally takes me about 12 hours. If I was doing like the full loom 5 foot, and I usually do it up to about 5 feet long, that takes me about 80 hours. So I prefer just playing around doing baby blankets because I can get them done quicker. Well, yeah. I can't. I crochet, but I can't do any large projects. It's based on my ADHD, so I have a short attention span and everything. So that it comes with my learning disabilities. So you know, or my um patience to sit around and do stuff all the time, do one thing all the time. So that's kind of why it takes me that long. Now other people make, and plus I'm doing different stitches. I'm not just doing one stitch and it's small yarn. If it was thicker yarn, it would take a lot less time. So it just depends on what you're doing. Not all blankets take 12 hours. And I can use the knitting needles, but I can't do bigger projects on there. So it's the same thing as crocheting for me. So this is my only avenue for making blankets. So, sometimes you just gotta go with the give and take. For all of you who are new, I am Doe. I am your Loom Knitting sister. So this is what I typically do on live. Every time I come on live, it's Loom Knitting. I just recently got some more looms for hat making, and I think I'm gonna use those on live too. So I'll send out a survey on what you guys want to do because by the time I'm ready to go back live again, I will be done with this blanket. So there will be no more time spent on this blanket. I know y'all getting sick of seeing it, but the only time I work on this blanket is going live. So I want to go ahead and get it done and finish it off or whatever. So that's why I'm gonna keep putting it on here. But today I know for sure it'll be the last day. Uh-oh. Oh, I think I was so other than looming, I do crochet and I do other craft projects. But I haven't posted a lot of different other things lately, but I'm gonna get back into that too because I like doing different things. I don't like sticking to just one thing. It'll bore me. So I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. It'll probably still be fiber art, but it'll just be different than looming. Maybe some cross stitching. I got a cross stitching kit that I need to be getting done. And something else, I can't think of what it is. It was like it was something to do with fiber, but it wasn't looming or crocheting. I swear. Hi Samantha. How you doing? I swear I'm trying to get all these customs done first though. And that's what's been the biggest thing is trying to get having to put stuff down, then work a custom in like 3 days, and then having to pick up stuff that you want to do back up again. Right now, someone wants me to do some thigh-high socks. Well, a couple of people, and I don't know. They take a really long time, and I get very disinterested because they take a long time. But I'll do those over doing a skirt any day, a ruffle skirt any day. I've done a ruffle skirt, and yeah, that was like the one thing. That's one thing I said I'll never do again. No, I take that back. I said I wouldn't do it for adults. I wouldn't make clothes for adults. unless it's something that is not very tiring. Awesome. How big is your quilt? I gotta make a Greek beanie and two towels with family sewed onto it. So I'm knitting the letters, but I gotta. Well, I'm knitting a really long black thing that I'm gonna sew onto the towels that says family. Yes, Nana's crochet, but I would suggest you start with the round looms first. They're the easiest to do. This is technically a really big round loom, but it's just got a lot of pegs on it. But the amount of pegs would kind of like for a child, it'll probably drive them nuts. So I would say start with the round looms first. If you wanna, if you wanna, ooh, that's nice, Samantha. If you want to work up like her to work up quicker projects to start with, you can do thicker yarn. And my suggestion would be like wide gauge looms. You can find them in Walmart, but my favorite brand is Michaels. And then small gauge looms, which you can use with any with number 4 yarn like this. You can do those too. And so I got two looms right here that explain exactly what I'm talking about. This is, I don't know how this got mixed up in that. This is wide gauge and this is small gauge. So if you want to work up a really quick project, um, and you want to use thicker yarn, this would be what you use. But if you want to like, you want your stitches to be smaller, you'll use something like this. And number 5 yarn on the wide gauge would be perfect for like hats and stuff, just in case you're not, excuse me, someone that makes that likes to use like burnette blanket yarn for hats and stuff. Oh, technically will be queen size is what I don't know. Um, how many feet wide would you say is queen size? Let me ask that first. Cause my guess would be like I needed 4 skeins of 400 plus yarn. Cause I usually use the saver, the big saver yarn. So I use 4 skeins of that to make a 5 feet wide one. And I usually do it no more than 5 feet long because I'm just randomly making it. Now on this one, it's a baby blanket and it's 3 feet, but it's gonna be 3 feet long and 3 feet wide. And so I need 2 skeins of that yarns the red heart super saver. That's what I was thinking, super saver. Thank you, Dan. This is a skein of yarn from Red Heart called Bright Stripe. So it's all one skein. Well, the colors are all in one skein. But just as an idea, 5 feet, I typically use 4 skeins and a little bit extra, but you probably won't need to. That was my first blanket, but I used the Super Saver yarn. Oh, okay, gotcha. Ooh, why don't you can do? I've seen people do it. You can use Bernat blanket yarn on here, but it might require you buy more skeins of yarn, but it'll work up fast. I never use Bernat yarn on here because I don't like to try to adjust my mind for tension each time. I just like the tension to be pretty much the same. Just wrapped around the bottom. Sorry for bumping the thing. Yeah, so it's gonna definitely not be so straining and frustrating if you work with thicker yarn. But there's a certain way you would have to. Well, I take that back because I've seen them do e-stitch on it too. But you know, everybody's different, so I couldn't do it. But I did buy the green loom for that too. I got a green loom that I use thicker yarn on. It's hard to say because when I go live, I'm typically either explaining something or demonstrating, so it's hard to explain how many rows I've done. But my last live, from that purple down to, I think, where was I? During a typical live, I'm just gonna say I do about 2 to 3 inches. Now, if I'm working by myself, I'll in about 3 hours I'll probably get this much done, maybe. I think either this much done or it's black to black. Yes, I'm purling. Yeah, it would, Samantha. It would be expensive. Thank you, Ducky Momo. So I mainly do these for like lives to pass the time because I know I'm never gonna like not well I'm not always gonna complete one on live. So I like to do this and hang out with other crafters because I know this is gonna take me a minute to do, and I'm very comfortable with it. I know a lot of different stitches, or I know uh, I can um, I can make suggestions for how to get started and all that stuff. Just have a cool, calm, and collected, non-stressful conversation. Cause I like talking about crafts. Now I talk about crafts all day. So this is mainly, I mainly have these to go live currently. Now every once in a while I do get a custom on these, and that's kind of how that goes. But I don't get custom on these a lot. I normally get customs for a lot of crochet stuff. Thanks so much for the likes. Oh, thank you, Dan. Yes, it's just an empty pen I'm using. I like using the pen. I'll show you in just a second why I like using the pen. Because I know someone's going to say a straw works just fine too. And it does for different people, but I'll show you why. Thank you, the social deviant. Thank you guys so much for the likes. After I purl this, I'll show you. I just gotta make sure my stitches stay on. That one was a little too tight. It popped a little bit. So I like using the pen because if I leave the tip of it on, it can work really well for like number 4. If I decide to do number 3 or anything like that. And then when I take it off, I can do number 5 up to number 7. I've used a number 7 yarn in this before. You would? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You'll run out of patience. This is literally my therapy. So my hardest days are spent on the loom or crocheting because I do them both. So this is where, I calm down. I get my zen. Usually I'm playing music in the background, but for obvious reasons I couldn't do it on here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, like this coupled with some coffee, some good music, you know, time passes by really fast. You'll be calmed down before you realize. Thanks, Samantha. I made it. I got it from I got the pieces from Home Depot, and I didn't do anything extra special because I was just trying to get, I just wanted it done. I just wanted something to rotate. And so yeah, it's very relaxing. So, um, let me move this, try to move it out the way without it being crazy. So this was sold separately, and then yeah, the round looms, you can make a hat and scarf with those, and you can make a blanket. You can make a blanket that doesn't require sewing. I'm trying not to drop this because I listened to one of my live playbacks and I can hear everything. Okay, so this is sold separately. These two square things that come connected, and so when you buy this piece, it already does this. And then you need to buy nails. I didn't need to buy a drill or anything because I already had one, so I needed a drill and screwdriver or whatever. I already had all that, and then you just that's all I did. I just found the center and I screwed the screws in, and that was it. And so that was like under $50, under 15 minutes to make. It's called a 10 stitch method. I've never done it, but there's a 10 stitch method on YouTube, and it seems like it uses a lot of purling or garter stitches. But they say it works up a lot faster because it's only 10 stitches. So, with having to go in these grooves and all that, it kind of slows a person down. But with the 10 stitch, you're only working like on the outside of a loom, so it makes it a lot easier. Uh-oh. But yeah, so yeah, there's a 10 stitch. And you can make sweaters on round looms too. I've seen that done too. I had a TikTok friend who would she attempted making a sweater on her round loom, this this one. Yeah. So she would make sweaters on this one. Yeah, like it was really easy to make, y'all, and it helps out a lot. Like the amount of pay and time it took to make the Lazy Susan, it was really worth it. Cause if it got really big, all I have to do is just situate it this way. If the blanket was bigger, all I have to do is constantly do this and this. That's what I do with bigger blankets. I just flip it from this side, flip it from that side, and then I just turn. Yeah, like it's a lot of stuff you can do with it, and I haven't found the time to make different things on mine because I've been so immersed with making blankets. They take so long to make, so I spend a lot of my time making blankets. I do one big one a year, and I do like maybe one or two toddler related blankets, and then I make a lot of baby blankets. I make about 10 to 15 baby blankets a year. So I'm like, that's no big deal. After you made a big one, it'll encourage you to make a lot of baby ones. A baby blanket 12 hours. Some toddler blanket I usually do from like 4 feet to 5 feet. That one will take me about 20 something odd hours. And if I was making a 5 feet wide one, that one will take between 60 to 80 hours, depending on what I'm doing. Because if I'm changing colors, that's extra time added to it. And if I'm doing different stitches, that's extra time. So, right, for me with my ADHD, I'm gonna flip that this way. Like this area alone takes me 2 hours, but the same thing if I was just doing stitches from here to here would take me about 2 hours. So it depends on like the stitches that you're doing too. They'll drive you nuts. Like I have a blanket that's basket weave that's been sitting there for a year. So I swear it is really big. And then just to think, I got the green one that's almost twice as long as this one, but I like it because I can use thicker yarn on it. I can use thicker yarn with ease. I say that because you can still use thicker yarn on here if you chose to. And then yeah, so if you're using thicker yarn, it'll work up even faster than that. So it just depends on what you're doing, how much time you necessarily want to spend, and if what kind of yarn you want to use on here. Because you can also double knit on this loom too, because it has two. Technically, it has two sides, two identical sides. But you have to like because of the way this one is, you have to do the pegs a certain way. You have to color them a certain way to do double knit. Oh yeah, so it sounds like you have a wide gauge one if it's blue. Those will work up fast with thick yarn. Now a baby blanket on there will take me probably about 6 hours. Six, I think it was like 6 to 9 hours. I can't really remember. I haven't made a thick baby blanket in a minute, but yeah, it don't take that long. That's why I only have one green loom because the green loom I know it's not gonna take me that long to work up a blanket that way, and so I don't mind just having one. But with one of these, I have three of these because I know it's going to take me a really long time to work up a 5 feet wide blanket and not that much time to work on a baby blanket. And then I do a lot of small projects in the meantime. So I'm not always like on this. I take breaks and work on smaller projects to kind of get that feeling of accomplishment. Because that's what I struggle with the most on these is having that sense of accomplishment. Because it's like it's a never ending story. So then So then I'll stop and I'll do a smaller project, and I'm like, yay, that's the euphoria I need, so I can start back on the blanket now. But yeah, I don't really have that much patience either. I if it's solid colors, those are the ones I struggle with the most. So if this blanket was going to be like all teal, I literally would struggle. Like I've fallen asleep. Sorry. I've fallen asleep working in this area alone because of a solid color. So yeah, trust me. All right. So that's why I also suggest if you're gonna get started into it, get variegated yarn, cause man, it would drive you nuts. It'll be like you're in a void of working in the same color. No, I've done the mattress stitch, but I want to do smaller blankets because I know if I mattress stitch them together, I won't have to do the border at the beginning or at the end. That I just have to do it on the side, and it'll be all stitched if I did multiple ones. So I'm curious as to starting more blankets, more like two blankets, and then sewing them together. So I think that'll be like my next project to do. I know a lot of people say just put the yarn on the knitting machine, make a tube, and then sew it together. But right now, me and my knitting machines aren't seeing eye to eye. So, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm using the right yarn. I always want to put red heart on there, and it's not necessarily on purpose, but that's like the yarn that I'm closest to, and I'm just like put red heart on it. But I know it doesn't like red heart, so right now I'm just struggling with the knitting machine. I'd rather just get a tube, make my tubes on the the round looms, and then go from there. I think it'll give you a different look too, so that's why I really want to do it. Thank you. I'm so glad this is like I know this is the last week on this one though. I want to move on to winter fallish blankets. So that's why I'm like, hurry up, get this done, please. You said mine are not as well. Oh, okay. You talking about the knitting machine? Thank you so much for the likes. Yeah, like I got the Addy King, the Addy 20 something pegs, and I think it's 20 some pegs. And I got the Centro, the big Centro, and the little Centro, and I'm just like, why? That's what you're doing right now, Crochet Corner. Your name is Samantha too. I swear, me and mine are beefing. We've been beefing for months. Cause did you know that you can make like socks on there? And but I want to make it on the smaller one. You can put a heel on it and everything. all on the machine. It's so complex. But yes, of course, crochet corner, of course. And I gave up on that. I had started socks, but I want my socks to be have heels on them. But part of me is saying now, just make some tube socks and just let that go. Oh, thank you, crochet corner. Man, me too, because there's a lot of more options with variegated yarn when it comes to red hearts. So that's so annoying because I'm just like, I don't want to sit up and change colors all the time. Thank you, Karita Mac. Oh, that'll be nice, Crochet Corner, if you want to. That is really sweet. That's if you want to. Oh, sorry to hear that. I'm gonna start calling you your local Samantha because I don't know what the end of your screen name says. I'm gonna say your local Samantha because you said my name is Samantha too. Somebody it sounds like somebody having a party then if you almost got your ears blown out. Do you have your earphones in? Oh, I'm so weird. So I have sensory issues like touch and hearing. So if somebody is whispering, that annoys me. If somebody is making like random humming noise, that annoys me. If a fly flies by, that annoys me. All that stuff. But if I'm listening to a really good song that I really love, I will blast it. Like you would think that is your eardrums working. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. Your local Samantha. I got you. But yeah, like it's different when I'm listening to like bass and everything. Like I undercover like trap music, but if you're whispering, it would drive me nuts. And I work at a school with kids, and so they like making random weird noises. I don't know why it's like that, but yeah, I would play music really loud, but when it comes to like just making random noises and stuff, I'm not with it. Now, some days I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm having a bad day or pretty okay day. Some days the music does hurt my ears. So I'm just like, maybe I'm off. Maybe my day is off today. Oh, I want to make one of those. Well. I want to make one of those. I've been wanting to make one of those for a while, but I think my next project is gonna be a Grinch because I haven't quite left Halloween yet, and it's not like I'm a big Halloween person, but the Grinch is kind of like in between there to me. You love Star Wars? Cause I was also thinking with this blanket, I've seen so many different things while working on it. So at first I was like, Halloween theme, perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, oh, thank you, Social Deviant. But so the more I started watching this, I'm looking at the blanket. Now it reminds me of oh wow, I bet that's awesome. A kitchen of Star Wars, I bet that's awesome. Cause it's like you can do a lot of different things with that, and a lot of different colors and stuff, different color schemes. But this reminds me of a sunset and a galaxy. So I'm trying to decide if I want to put galaxy theme or hearts on it. If I do galaxy theme, it may be like a neutral colors for a baby. But if I do um, sunset, well, sunset too. But if I do the hearts on there, it'd be probably more female and girl ish. And so I was trying to be more gender neutral. I think these are some really awesome colors. So I'm thinking about just putting stars on there. Okay, awesome. Cause that's what I'm leaning towards. Cause I keep thinking galaxy, galaxy. Cause I can always put I can put the moon on there and then put the stars on there as well. So technically the star is the sun. So you know, well technically stars are sun. So yeah. I'm also a science geek. So the galaxy works a lot better for me. When y'all see me doing that down there, that's me borrowing yarn from the stitches. So when I do the purl stitch, it won't be so tight when pulling off. So I won't accidentally also break a peg on this one. As I've already broken a peg on the other two. This is the last one standing. That's so funny. It's so crazy, these online lives, because when I go live in the other place, I have to, even though I'm talking and everything, if I say a certain thing, it's gonna say, your content is limited, right? But it will also ask me in an hour to let it know that I'm still live and that I'm not a computer. So that's very annoying. So every live, every hour, I have to go back on my phone, because I'm not looking at my phone. My phone is pointed down to my project. I have to go and stand up, look at my phone, and be like, move the puzzle piece and say I'm still here. But if I end up saying something that you don't like, it's like flag me for that. You don't have a, I don't know. If I'm comfortably talking, yeah, I think I do. It depends. I don't know. Maybe it depends on where I'm at. I don't know. I know I'm Southern. Okay, the social deviant. But yeah, that frustrates me because it's like, of course, you hear a human person having conversations with other people, and so why do I still need to move the puzzle piece to say I'm here? Because then if I say something you don't like, it's like stop the live, stop it now. Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, talking fast will get you. I say everything, cause then you got to the words that southern people or country people use. It's like you start using the very short forms of the words, and then so it all just works together. I'm from Arkansas. Right, exactly. Exactly, Samantha. Exactly. Okay. You in Texas, so yeah. We're not that far apart. My favorite place to visit in Texas is um I can't, oh crap, it happens every time I want to say something. San Antonio. My favorite place to visit in Texas is San Antonio. Louisiana's cool. Right, Southern cousins. Let's just say I'm also very close to Memphis. Like I'm 30 miles from Memphis. Oh, okay. You from Tennessee? Yeah, I'm like 30 miles from Memphis. Like it literally doesn't take me that long. And that might be like, yeah, to me San Antonio is so ethnically like versatile. Like you feel very welcome there. I really like it. But I mostly go out to Mississippi to go shopping. So yeah, there's that. If I hang out in Tennessee, it has to be far away from Memphis. I don't do a lot of stuff in Memphis anymore, but I do miss going to Memphis. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Thank you. I am using red heart bright stripe. Oh wow. I don't think I could do the desert. I feel like I'm a person that would like the luck would happen and I would my car would break down. That's so funny. The social media. Ooh, that sounds fun. Ooh, yeah, family all over the world. I don't. I've had an uncle live in Germany temporarily, but he's in like the army. He hasn't retired yet. So that's about as close as I've gotten to the world. Well, my genes have gotten to the world. I used to live in a very southern part of Arkansas, and I kind of miss being able to just hop and go to Louisiana. You know what amazes me? That kids who don't have never seen like the letters put together, and they say "pone" instead of "phone." That's well, I've heard a couple toddler kids do it. And I'm like, you've never seen it spelled before, and that's so interesting to me. And maybe it's just some of those instances where they just feel like they're not quite there yet to say phone, and so they maybe pronounce a lot of stuff with p's. I don't know. It always fascinated me. Yeah, true. But I kind of feel like that's what a lot of places, especially as of lately. I don't know. I don't do a lot of traveling anymore. Well, I just travel to like specific locations a lot, but you can find that sadly in a lot of different places. Ooh, my goddad stays in a really good neighborhood, and he's talking about how, like, you can literally see how it changes from really good neighborhood to bad part of the neighborhood. It's so crazy. Like he stays in like a um middle class type neighborhood, but like he's like one house away from the difficult neighborhood. It's so weird how it happened. And I think it's more so people keep their yard up more, but yeah. Yeah, me either. Me either. I'm a very big homebody. I don't even like driving. Right now we're preparing my 15-year-old to drive. So I'm so excited because I'm normally with the kids a lot. so he can drive me around more often. I'm about to be a chauffeur mommy. Let me see. Let me see what this comment is. Yeah, give me just a second. This is me. I'm trying to type it all up on a copy and paste stuff. All right, I'm almost there. Amazon. You can get this from Amazon. It is called KB Afghan Loom. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Me, I live in the deepest country, the deep country. You hear trains all the time, and like every 30 to 45 minutes, you hear a train, and then um, I'm like a block away from the train, and then there's a whole bunch of fields. Like you're literally inside the box of fields. So we get coyotes here and there. We get deers random when it's cold. So yeah, constant wildlife sometimes. Now when I stayed in Monticello in the very southern part of Arkansas, we would get deer on our front porch. Like not necessarily like directly on the front porch, but they would be like 1 yard away from the door, or maybe about 10 yards away from the door. And then we would get like a family of foxes that would sleep on the porch. I saw a walking stick for the first time. Just some of everything. In the college that I went to, they raised cattle on the college, so you would hear like when the cows really. So yeah, I'm that like. And the mascot was the bowie, like a bug that eats cotton. But I'm very proud. I'm very proud of my alma mater. They were very homely. You felt like you were at home. Wow, I bet that was nice. Thanks for the likes. I bet that was breathtaking. Well, then she was my type of person. I like being a random person. And everything I do and say, I like being random. We would be really good friends. Uh-oh. Accidentally forgot to do a purl stitch right here, but I'm gonna let it stay. I'm not gonna go through that. Nobody's gonna know. Wow, 8 o'clock. Yep, you can do the stitch that looks like a braid. I had a friend that did that one. She said it worked out really fast. So yeah, you can do the stitch that looks like a braid too. Thanks so much for the likes. Like I haven't really branched out badly at all. Like I've gotten stuck into making blankets and baby booties. Now around I was making plushies. I made a minion plushie, a pumpkin plushie. I think I've done a little squid. I'm trying to remember. I've done bumblebees, and so I've made those on here too. It's just I don't know. I know it's been 12, at least 12. I can't really remember. I think I've been on here since 2012, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like and it took me a really long time to get like other YouTubers. It took me let's just say everything that I got going on now didn't happen until like the last 4 years. So it took me like 8 or 9 years to like actually make something on my YouTube channel. But now I understand social media more now too. So and when TikTok started making everybody kind of like do the short thing, everybody jumped on the short trend. Oh, you checked 2011? I thought it was 2011 instead of 12, but I wasn't sure. Awesome, welcome in, Rena. Yeah, like when the short stuff started trending, that's when I was able to like everything clicked for me. So now I pretty much understand social media for the most part. Now, do I have the time to put into what I need to do? Not necessarily, because I think it was last month or October, between September and October. I'm making a baby blanket. I went, I posted a short literally every day except for maybe 1 or 2 days. And it helped with the income stuff and with the views, but like the amount of income I wanted to get to is like, I'm not at that point yet. But I've seen people like in the millions and they're like, I post 2, 3 times a day and every day of the week. I'm just like, you must got somebody posting for you because I can't do it. You got 8 brothers. Whew. Thank you, Rena. These are actually the ones. If you got a round one, you can or a long one, you can make blankets on them. You can use the 10 stitch method and still do it. Make a blanket. So you don't necessarily have to have this one to make beautiful work. I only have sisters, but I only have 2 of them. There were only 3 of us, and now that we've all started having children, there are no granddaughters. There are only grandsons, and that's 6 boys. So that it's like the chances were there, they just never happened. Thanks so much for the likes. So yeah, I have none. I mean, no brothers. I don't know how this got mixed up under this one. Let me just pull it out because it came out anyway. My yarn got twisted up for a second. I love hoodies. Aw, two brothers and the fur babies. I want a fur baby so bad. I want a little um gosh, I can't think of it right now. But I want a Yorkie. I want a Yorkie because it's hypoallergenic, whichever one you say. And I just want to treat it like a little baby. Carry it around in a stroller and everything. Cause I think I'm pretty much done having kids. I wanted I wanted that too. Turtles, lizard, fish, all of that. I wanted like a little a couple of exhibits, quote unquote exhibits in my house where I had like random wildlife in it. It wasn't that, of course it's not wildlife, but animals. I like watching cat videos. They are very funny. I really like watching animal videos in general, but the cat videos take me out. I like the way they're like, this is this is me. This is my area. Like they're so particular about their space, and it's just so funny. But they're getting other people's spaces. They're like, I'll let you love me when I feel like it. You need the love and not me. I haven't seen those. I have to look that one up. Thanks so much for the likes. Right, right. And I think it's Rockstar here on YouTube with the dog videos and stuff, with the pet videos. Those are very hilarious. 24/7. Like those are the things that entertain me because they'll be like, love me, and then they'll like, no, I don't need it. Look, I'm just tickled just thinking about it. Then I've seen the videos of the cats being active really late at night while you're sleeping. Those are really funny. Oh, not a black stand. Hey, Liberty, how you doing? Now, working with some black yarn. Ooh, peace to you. I'm sending hugs and love. That's so funny. But yeah, and I've been working with a lot of black yarn the past month or so. I don't want to see anything. Well, I take that back because I got some more black to work with. But after I finish this, I don't want to see any more black for at least a couple of months. Cause like I I just ugh, I don't want to do it anymore. And then I tried getting those light up crochet hooks. I've tried getting like the neck lamp, everything to work with black yarn. I swear it rules my world and it makes everything great at the same time. The social deviant with my ADHD, like I wouldn't change it for the world until I would change it for the world at times. I've also seen videos of them swearing that they're starving after they just ate dinner. Yep, definitely. It's a gift and a curse. It really is. Like I had a random moment for like I had to get like all my randomness out for 15 minutes before I came and got on live. My husband's like, oh, okay. And he has to you do too, Liberty? He has my youngest son has ADHD too, so he has to put up with two of us in the house at random. Samantha, I'm so sorry you working with that black. I don't take medication either, but my youngest son does, and we only have him on medication because of school. So if he wasn't in school, or I was homeschooling him or something like that, I wouldn't have him on it. But he was starting to get in a lot of trouble at school, and it was like aggressive based, and so I it took me a couple of years to do it though. I put him on it, I think in fifth grade. Fifth, was it fifth or sixth grade? Sixth grade. I think it was sixth grade. I can't fully remember. It was either fifth or sixth grade. So yeah, that was like a very hard thing for me to do because I'm not really like oh, something's wrong. Let's go to tablet. Now right I'm just a sub. I was a para at first, and I pretty much dealt with all grades from kindergarten to sixth grade. But I moved to Southern, so I can spend more time with my crafts. I couldn't totally let the kids go, and I know that they needed support at the school, so I was like, I feel like I would be better for support as a sub. And I also didn't like being a parent, so that's it. They treat where I work at. They treated parents like the sub, the teacher, and like an intervention specialist. Like I was wearing like 50 hats, and I was like, no, you're not gonna get free teaching out of me because I do have a degree. So they were able to do kind of skate away by with it because I had a degree. Oh, okay. I can see that. I can see that the social deviant. So that's why when he turns a certain age, I'm just gonna like have that conversation with him, because like on the type of medicine he's on in the dose, they tell us that we don't have to make him take it like over the weekend and through the summer. So when he's at home during the summer, he's not on his meds, and like we let him skip a day on the weekend. So we kind of feel like we want him to be himself because every once in a while he's like I can't think of the word. He's like almost emotionless. It's just like very random, but it's not often. So we don't always make him stay on his medication because I don't want to like make him feel like we can't deal with him too without it. Oh, you going into ninth grade next year? I hope you like it. I was getting my CDA in early childhood, so I have some master level courses. I took childhood abuse and neglect, and it triggered some things, and I haven't been back to get my master's since. I'm not a very social person either, oddly. And I'm making a baby blanket. I'm loom knitting a baby blanket. Like I'm very I'm a big introvert, even though I go live often. But for me, this is like something I really want to do, so I override all my other emotions about being social to to advance myself because I know I need to be social. Yeah, I got you some meth, but yeah. So I I think mine is very similar to yours, the face to face thing. So I tear up a lot. So I had to stay on anxiety medication too. So I tear up a lot in like social situations, especially when people are, directly having a conversation with me like face to face. That's my biggest struggle. Like my eyes water. And I'm just in my head I'm just like, can we not do this today? But yeah, I get you. Are you talking about so I want curl on the edge? So for me, mine's is a little bit more complex, but the most basic way to start it off is doing an E-stitch cast on. And you're just gonna, in order to do it flat, you're gonna like go back and forth. Like let's say I stop right here. I'll do an E-stitch, work it back that way, and work it back and forth. So that'll get you something flat. Now, the way I do it, exactly the social deviant. That's how it's a chore for me. So I don't mean no harm, but every so often when I have to go live, I grunt like the 30 minutes to an hour before I get on here, and it's like nothing personal. It's just like this, just my personality. I have to really prepare myself for going live, cause like being social like mentally exhausts me because I'm always, me too, me too, Samantha. I'm always thinking about the things that I'm saying like double times over before I say it, or I have to say it like I'm just I I'm trying to think before I, and it's harder to do on live. It's hard to not like respond immediately or whatever, to you, to not have that thought process going. Yep, yep, Samantha. I'm talking to both the Samanthas. But yeah, so this for me, anybody, because of childhood trauma, is anybody in an authoritative figure, um, especially if they're very aggressive. That's a hard social situation for me. And anybody I feel like kind of knows my family and they're having like casual conversations with me, I feel like, they could trigger me just by being who they are per se. It's not necessarily the conversation. I get afraid that they're gonna dig a little too deep. Yeah, exactly. In my head about, what everybody's thinking, did I say anything wrong, or, I'm always in the try to quickly apologize for things and all of that. So, yeah. Thank you for the turtle. I always say the turtle is my spirit animal cuz for one thing, I knit slower on the needle than a lot of people. I crochet very slow. If it's something a lot of people deems easy, it's harder for me to pick it up. But if it's complex for like half the population, I'm like, that's no problem. But yeah, so the turtle is my spirit animal. Awesome. I like wolves. Um, so how I explain that? Because for me, it's I try not to. Let's You can actually name the abuses without actually going into it, because that's the reason why I'm struggling with um going to therapy now, is actually having to say it out loud. So that's like what the issue is. But I think just saying it in general, and some people, well, I feel like most people would like leave it at that, and listen, it's someone that you have to go deeper with. But some people would just leave it at, I've been mentally abused, physically abused. There's a lot of different ways to have that conversation. And sometimes you just don't necessarily have to have that conversation until you're ready for it. So don't let anybody make you feel pressured into having that conversation, because that's a big key to your life. So some people, you have to get used to them before they know anything like that, because some people will use it against you, or intentionally do stupid things. I'm sorry to hear that. What type of art are you making? Oh, I like red fox, Arctic wolf, and lynx. I like those. Are you stressed? Have you taken anything for it? See, I feel like that's what I would be. For me, social deviant. It's really hard to like say and address certain things, and I feel like they'll pressure me to work on certain things that I don't necessarily want to work on, like having relationships with certain people, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna tell you now, I'm not gonna do that. so, so yeah, I definitely get it. Oh yeah, yeah. That's one thing that scared me about um working in the school because of my history. I know, I'm too familiar with it, and so yeah, that's one thing I was worried about working in school. What's up, Nutri Herbal? Okay, you drinking a lot of water. That's good. Yeah, so I didn't when I started my career, I went into psychology. My intentions were to work with children, but the more I got into it, I was just like, I don't know. I don't know if I can, handle that because for one thing, I hadn't even worked through my own issues yet. Now, adults, I've done therapy with adults and I can like help them and guide them through it, but for kids, it's like a whole different ball game for me. I cannot um, experience or witness children being at the hands of of that type of treatment. I like that. That yeah, I really like that. That's a good idea. I'm trying to figure out if I can do it virtual. It's still gonna be kind of hard though, but I think if I could do it virtual because of the way I am, I'm not gonna get up and drive a car and be like, yeah, let's go to therapy. No, definitely, Samantha, you still fine. Thank you. They're in Fox, but yeah, I don't think I would put in the energy to like make appointments. I would probably cancel them often. So maybe if I'm in the comfort of my own space, maybe that would be better. Oh, thank you, Samantha. Right, right, Samantha. Sorry if I bumped it. Trying to figure out where this is going. But yeah, so this kind of where like stuff like what I'm doing now stem from too is I've been crafting since a young age, so this is where I find my peace. If it's not this, it's music. So they go one and the same. And I like drawing too. I have like another social media that I put like all my art stuff on because when I put it on here, it doesn't really do much, but yeah. And I don't want people to feel like they're seeing art over there and the same one over here. So I just try to post it to the one. Oh, that seems fun, Samantha. The different fonts. This is called a KB Afghan loom. It's a form of knitting. You can get it from Amazon or Joann's. If you get it from Joann's, you might get it at a slightly cheaper price because they usually do the coupons. But right now on Amazon, these are like 39. So I don't know which place you'll come out better at, but I think it would be Joann's. See, I just I don't like I don't like keeping appointments for difficult things. Excuse me. Now, if I was talking to somebody about their issues and I kind of slip mine in there to help them out, that's like different. But if you want me to address what I'm slipping out there, that's a no for right now. I know it shouldn't be a no for right now, but that right now. Oh, I like that popcorn. That's too cute. But I'm trying to get myself out of that rut of saying, this is too much. I like y'all using different fonts to give me a sense of a different for right now when I can't be like extra extra or listen listen to my music. Oh, that sounds good. I was thinking about I want some candied apples. I was thinking about those today, and I haven't had those in years because they're like so tough on your teeth. So, and I don't want the caramel because I've had the caramel. I want candied. Yes, I'm making another blanket. The one you may have seen was this one was before that one. I had to stop doing this one to finish the other one. My top five jams this week. Ooh, that's a hard one. That is very hard because I've listened to a lot of music. The only song that's stuck in my head right now is some that is kind of kind of ratchet. So I don't know if you want to hear that. Like I'm an undercover trap music person. I listen to it wasn't Post Malone. It was darn, who did I listen to right before I got on live? I'm gonna put it on the screen, see if I can see it real quick. Cause I'm not gonna play it. Give me just a second. I'm gonna tell you exactly who it is. And oddly, I've been listening to a lot of his music lately. So my head is hanging low right now. Where is it? Kevin Gates, and it's been it's about to play it. It's time for that, and then the other song is I don't get tired. So I just been on one. I've been on like that type of music lately. Now, yesterday I I was live at the other place, and so when I'm live over there, I listen to a lot of '80s music and um Temptations. I have a Temptation station. Awesome, Kelly. I would like to do Rug Tufton. I think those are awesome. So we cool then. Look, I let the country gangster side of me come out for a little bit. But yesterday I was listening to a lot of classic music by Temptations, the Isley Brothers, Smokey. I can't think of the rest of the name right now. And that might not be who I was talking about. Um, who else? That's my husband's favorite singer. His is Eminem. But I listen to like the Christian Eminem. I listen to NF, so he kind of sounds like Eminem to me, and I like his music a lot. So I prefer listening to like a every once in a while I listen to like Christian rap, and that's kind of where Smokey Robertson, Robinson and the Miracles, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I listened to a lot of that stuff yesterday, and if it's not that, I listen to a lot of '80s rock. So my music is like random. I like to listen to classic music. The only thing I don't really listen to is jazz that much because it'll have to be like something very different. I just jazz is kind of like it's just too random for me because I get mad when I'm getting hip to like a beat and then it change. Like jazz goes this way and then it's like, let's turn the corner. So I don't really like it, but I would listen to a little country. Now I'm not in my 20s. I'm in my late 30s. I don't really do hard rock either, but there may be certain songs that kind of touch that way just a little, but not a lot. I like classical music and Russian music too. And let me see. But my favorite decade, my bad y'all. My favorite decade is the 80s. Like I love the 80s. It's just so random. Definitely, definitely. Now I've never done Japanese. You think I'm young, Kelly? Look, I don't feel it. You 51, Samantha? Yeah, still, yeah, I can say still young. I don't feel it, but yeah. But yeah, I can. I'm interested in Japanese jazz. There is one song, but I don't know if it's Japanese. I think it's Korean. I used to watch Avatar. Like, every other year I go on like an Avatar binge, and there's this song on there called Little Soldier Boy, I think, and I really love that song. That's like my favorite song out of the series. You said I'm younger than you. Ooh, that's nice. I'll be glad to see 78. I want to see a good and healthy old age. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. And to be still in your right mind and everything, and still crafting and everything, yes. The conversation, you sure, Samantha? Because the conversations you're having pretty good conversations to be that young. Okay, nothing's wrong with that either. It don't hurt to be young either. Right, right. God has been good, very blessed. I got gray hair showing up, and I'm just waiting on it all to color on out. Okay, you and my son are, well. You're a year after my youngest son. He is 2012. He'll be 13 next month. No, 13. Hold on. Yeah, he'll be 13 in January. Sometimes that happens. No, this is not the same blanket from last Saturday, but it is the same one from the previous one. Yeah, like I've done like a Panthers blanket last Saturday, and I finished it all, and now I'm back to the old one. I always have to stop and work on a custom. Okay, I'll check that out. I'll try to remember to check it out. Exactly. Yes. Don't matter how old. I'm gonna make a note. Woo! Grandchildren are in their 30s. The 30s. I was enjoying the initial part of my 30s. Now I'm not excited about them anymore, and I'm ready for whatever else that needs to pass on to change. If you get my drift, the change. Oh, retired pastor. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that either. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to write down Hiroshima so I can listen to it later. I'm always up to listening to something new and different. Now, if you asked me if they were Catholic, I was about to say no. I didn't work. I wasn't Catholic. I was raised Pentecostal. So ooh, that stuff stuck in me. And I'm saying like the long skirts, no pants, all day long. Now when I will wear pants, and like we were shocked. We were kids in high school. We were shocked. My mother started letting us wear pants because my mother. It was my great aunt was a pastor, and all she wore was skirts. And then the first time we seen her in pants, we were like really shocked. So then my mother was like, "Okay, it's okay for y'all to wear pants now." Okay, I'll try them too for play. Thank you, blue butterflies. Right, exactly. But yeah, oh my goodness, being raised Pentecostal was like that was wild. It was wild and very vanilla at the same time. Everybody else is wearing pants and you're wearing really long skirts and jean skirts at that a lot. Um, I tend to have insomnia. I have to take what's that? Sarah, this is that melatonin. I have to take melatonin because that's that's often with me. My mind will go on the race. I'll be feeling sleepy like for 5 minutes, and I'm like, yes, I'm about to go to sleep. And then my mind races, and it's like all the stuff that I need to get done tomorrow, all the stuff I could have got done today. And then I started scrolling social media. I'm like, well, can't sleep, might as well pick up the phone. And then I go to think while I'm holding the phone 30 minutes later, well, this I probably would have fell asleep if I just would have stayed off the phone for a little bit longer. So that is my typical night. It's like, okay, you probably could have been asleep. You were feeling kind of sleepy, but your brain started going for like 15 minutes, and it probably only had been like 3 minutes. And then you start to pick up your phone, like, hey, what if? Oh, yeah, I guess that's Samantha. I wish people would just respect everyone's privacy or their religion. And then kids in general just do a lot of silly things when they're young that they regret when they get older. And it's a part of life too. But yeah, I still wish people were more respectful. Because if I didn't feel like it would be disrespecting anyone, I would cover my hair and stuff up too. Because that's a lot less stress to cover up my hair and just go about my day. And not a lot of manipulation with your hair either. So I'm just saying. I swear, I need to get another audible book. I audio book. I thought I wouldn't necessarily be crazy about them, but I finally did one this year, and I finished. It took me like a month or so. I think about a couple of months to finish it. Right, Samantha. It took me about a month or so to finish the book, even though it was an audio book. But yeah, I gotta get the last book. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe if you let them know that it's a form of bullying and that they could go to prison for it, maybe they'll stop. Because that's actually true. Yep, exactly. Exactly. They never do until it actually happens. They never really feel like that understanding or sympathy towards what they're doing until like they actually get in trouble. Like they have to learn a lesson. That's when a lot of people feel sympathetic for something they've been doing often. Sorry if this keeps bumping up against it. I see something I gotta pick out of there. Ooh, Bridgerton. I bet Game of Thrones was interesting to read. I keep saying I want to get hooked on Bridgerton too because I'm waiting on the next season to come out and like I'm very impatient. And then I saw a post last earlier this year. Someone was talking about throwing a Bridgerton ball so you can dress up and put the wigs and stuff on. So I'm just like, that's me. Hey, siblings of soul, how are you? Right, I love both of them shows too. Oh, it's totally fine, friend. Totally fine. I understand. I understand. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how much longer do I have to wait on the next season. I think they were coming out with a new season of Queen Charlotte. If you've seen that one, that's a kind of like um a um a version of Bridgerton, and so I wanna see that too. You been to the store and back? Right, my girl too. I like her. The Outlander. I've been looking at that. I've been staring at that really hard. I was like, this seems like something I watch. Now, without going into any details, I watched the Aaron Hernandez sports story and OMG, OMG, American sports crime story or whatever. It was good. Yeah, I think that if I'm not mistaken, I think they're doing another season of Queen Charlotte. If I could have sworn I saw that about 2 weeks ago. We're so excited just talking about different shows. And it's still from what you I thought about getting into Yellowstone. That seems interesting. I've never watched it, and so it kind of give me like I could binge watch it if I want to. It seems like something I watch. Awesome, Infinity Loom. I've never watched Top Guns. Oh, and then I watched something else on um American Crime Story, and that was impeachment. That one was good too. The Monica Lewinsky story per se. Okay, that sounds like something I watch too. I like watching those stories, stuff like that. Cause I feel like they kind of, you know, put a little history in there, even though they don't necessarily say it's a little history. That's the way I was sounding earlier. I'm just like, and then yeah, and then this is gonna happen, and yeah, I'm like really excited. I always say if I was born in a later century or I'm in an earlier century, it would have been that century. Like that's my era. The big dresses, the corsets, the big wigs, everything. So I just hope that I would have been born to like a wealthy family, you know? Because, ma'am, they were like extravagant. Just like my personality. Yeah. I think that works out really well when they do the backstories because some people you're more interested in than the others. I might have to go back and watch Queen Charlotte now because now I have to remember what's going on before I watch the new one. I watched all of Bridgerton, and I probably go back and watch it again. So I'm just like in that mood. The Gilded Age sounds interesting. Well, for me, well, I just started getting this way. But when I was younger, I'm a very cold nature. Well, I get cold very easily. So I'm just like, the me now, the 30 plus year old me is like that. Yeah, that's too hot. That's definitely too hot. We're talking about Bridgerton and just TV shows. We're talking about TV shows. Just like I got some teenage boys, so I do want to. We're gonna watch Wolverine and Deadpool. So we're working our way to that. Ooh, okay. I like those kind of shows. How about okay, the Gilded? So I just finished watching. What was it? I watched a lot of shows about what was it? The Vikings. I just finished a lot of episodes about the Vikings. Right, in America. And then I'm watching right now me and the family are watching a French dubbed um mystery man show. Right, definitely fit in, Samantha. Black Lightning? No, I haven't. It seemed like I have because it sounds familiar. And I think I started it and probably didn't finish it. So I probably need to go back and revisit that too. I think what happened is certain shows it got more where I needed to watch that and I took a break and I forgot I was watching it, so I need to go back and watch it. I've never done The Walking Dead. I bet that is interesting, but I'm so squeamish that I'll be up all night. So that's the only reason why I haven't tried The Walking Dead. Like I've watched stuff like Zombieland before, but the only way I can make it through it was that it was hilarious. Or that movie with Will Smith and the dog. I was able to make it through that, but I don't know if I'm able to consistently make it. But yeah, having nightmares if I can consistently make it through shows that are intended to be scary. Like I've seen all of the Ghostbusters movies, but I would never watch them again. Yeah. So yeah, because even with Ghostbusters, I'm like, I would probably watch it with my family again, but me alone, no. I would not watch Ghostbusters alone by myself. Yeah, right, exactly. They made it to where, like, even shows where it's like, it's comedy mixed with gore. I'm just like, I'm one and done. Now all day long, I can sit up and watch the gory stuff of a Game of Thrones and the White Walkers and all that stuff. But if it seems like it's intended to be scary, I'm like, nope. So I'm just weird like that. I guess I started watching Game of Thrones and they hooked me in, and so whenever the White Walkers came, it was just like, oh, I had to watch them in order to watch this. I think that's what happened. And so I just got hooked onto Game of Thrones. And then they put the dragons in there, and I'm uh I'm a dragon fanatic. So no, I can't do that. Like my husband likes watching true crime and all this stuff. You can't put that on the TV and and fall asleep. You can't even do that. I don't want to have no dreams about how somebody was murdered. Cause it's just gonna seep into my thoughts, and I'm gonna be able to hear everything. So he's not allowed to watch any true crime stuff at bedtime, or leave it on the TV per se. I don't like watching nothing before bed that has a lot of screaming in it. Cause I'm gonna fall asleep and then I'm gonna hear screaming and it's gonna wake me up out my sleep. Welcome back, Crochet Corner. See, no, I can't do that either, cause then there'll be a lot of shooting and loud noises. And then if I tend to I try every once in a while I try to put it on something random that I know I shouldn't be interested in, and I'll get interested in the show. So when I was a kid, I used to watch MASH, and I'll be trying to go to sleep because I can't sleep without the TV, and so I'll try to watch MASH and go to sleep, and I got into the show, so I started watching MASH as a kid. So I do stuff like that. Thank you for the hearts, Crochet Corner. I do stuff like that. I'll say, let's put it on something that you not gonna care about it, too agitated to watch. I'll probably put it on an infomercial and start watching the infomercial. That's good. Start watching the infomercial and stuff. Just find anything interesting to stay awake. Awesome. You crochet? What you crocheting? I crochet on the side too. I'll be glad to get back to crocheting this year. I mean this week. Somebody wants me to do some thigh high socks, and I don't know. I don't know. Like the amount of time that it would take me to do the socks is the amount of time that it would take me to do this blanket. Like literally. These are thigh high socks too, by the way. So it literally takes me a long time to do a lot of stuff. That's why I was saying earlier, you know, I do stuff at snail pace. But yeah, so that's why I'm like, I don't know. I made the socks only one other time for another person though. Ooh, I like granny squares. I was scared of granny squares because they look so that well they are of course they're very intricate and everything, and so the ones I was seeing before I actually attempted, I was afraid of them because I was like, oh, they look so detailed and so gorgeous. But when I started, it all worked out. So now I do granny squares with hearts in them often, and I'm getting ready to do. I want to do some pants. Oh, thank you, Crochet Corner. No, I haven't done a sweater before. I'm struggling with having the patience for clothes. But I want to do these in Granny Square and do some Granny Square skull pants. The ones that came out like 2, 3 years ago. I've been like slowly working on those. This is like my third Granny Square for the pants. Oh, that's gonna be so pretty and so special. I feel like if it's crochet, yes. If it's looming, I can do a sweater on here, but me personally, can I do a sweater? I haven't got to that point yet. Thank you, the social deviant. Welcome back, Samantha. Yeah, I love those. I love plushies. I have a plushie on the list. I have to do a custom plushie very soon. It's like I can't remember the cat's name. It's a blue cat. It's a Asian blue cat, Chinese blue cat, I think. And I have to make it. So I'll be excited to make a push because like everybody else wants everything else but plushies, and I'm just like, come on, somebody order something that's gonna smile back at me when I finish. You got a sugar rush? I've had those. Emerson, thank you, Emerson. Emerson. I have to remember now. It's got to work it in its way into there, into me for a while. Oh, you drank it. I used to be at work with the jitters. You made reindeer? Awesome. I want to make some of those too. Right now, I want to make the Grinch. Reindeer will be nice. Just like Christmas theme, maybe a couple of snowman, maybe Santa if they got one out there. I don't know. I made beanies with crochet. I think I got. I might. No, they're probably all put up. I try to keep them put up, but I make beanies with. Well, here's one I was starting on. This crochet, but I make beanies with the loom and crochet. I need to finish that one. So yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that, Emerson. I don't know. I have no idea yet because I don't think I think I have like number 4 yarn, so I don't know yet. I haven't worked with it yet. Well, typically for crochet beanie, it's like I think 20. I might have some extras like back there, depending on what you're looking for. It depends on the size of that you're asking for too. But for adults, it's typically 20 or 25. I think that's the what I yeah 25. So I gotta make a adult one now, but I gotta charge extra for theirs because they want what what they want. They want Greek letters into theirs. So I'm always quoting different prices because people like the crochet bucket hat I did. It had a name on there. They asked me to line the hat with satin, and I don't want to ever do that again. And I had to put the ruffles on there, and then I put the name on two different sides. So the name was on the front side of the hat and on the back side. And then another hat they ordered, there was a hat where I had to put two initials on four different sides of the hat, and I was just like, I'm always quoting like different prices. That's why it's hard to keep up. And then they've been ordering like different hats. I've done a hat, a top, what is it called? One of those tall hats, a top hat or something. I've done one of those in the past couple of weeks. And I've done like the flared out brim with hardly any ruffles in it. So I've just been doing so many. It's crazy. And I've done a loom knit beanie. So I've done knitted beanies too. And but I also crocheted some stars to go on it because they had a theme. It was I think it was the the Tennessee Titans. It was Tennessee Titans, so I put like the three stars on there. What you mean by sponsor you? Yeah, I'm always doing something, y'all. Sure, yeah, that's fine. You can like if you want to, like post a question under my video. That'll be the quickest way for me to do it. Post like random questions, even if they're like very similar questions, and it has something to do with crafts. I don't mind. I definitely do that, and once you do it, just you have to remind me a couple of times that I said I would shout you out, or I just give you my email. I have to remember I have like a lot of social medias going, but yeah, I don't mind doing it. I I have to like manage YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So it's trying to remember all of it. But remember, if you remind me under the video, remind me in a different comment. That way, It's not attached to like the comment I'm gonna put on the video. Okay, gotcha. You gotta remind me of that too. Hey, Zaytoon, how are you? Yeah, that's totally fine with me. That is totally fine with me. Do you have an Insta? Cause that way you can send it over there or Facebook or something. Cause we can. I always check my email. That's like no issue. It's it's James dot Doretha, James dot Doretha at Gmail. Yes, I'm making a blanket. I'm making a baby blanket. Okay. I can see. I think I could do that. I just have to look it up and figure out how to do it though, Philip. Um, because it's smaller yarn, it takes a while. It's for me, baby blankets usually take about 12 hours. Oh, okay. But I have seen other people use 6 weight yarn on here, so you may want to do that too. A 6 weight yarn will work up even faster because it's thicker yarn. So, but typically for me, I only put like 4 weight on here. Okay, crochet corner. Typically for me, this is about as thick as I'll go because I don't like to make adjustments for tension each time I work on it. So, but I have a green loom that's wider gauge, and I put thicker yarn on that one. So my suggestion, if you're gonna work on this one, would be to have like a side project or projects going on where you kind of like get that satisfaction of finishing something, so that it kind of trick your mind into keep working on the blanket. So it's like I accomplished something instead of something that feels like it's never ending. Thank you, Omar. Because that's how I typically feel. I take a lot of breaks when I'm making a blanket to work on something small, and then I'll come back and like, yes, okay, we got something done. It feels like I accomplished something. No, this is what I'm doing right now is the purl stitch, and it's a stitch that you create to that plus the E stitch creates like this one line of garter stitch, and that keeps the blanket from curling. So now I'm not getting ready to take it off, but I do have a video on my channel that'll show you how to finish it. It's called a basic knit off. You have to like wrap the pegs and then knit it off and then collect the other stitch from the stitch before it and then take it back, knit it off. It's kind of I may be able to show y'all in this area. I wouldn't show y'all at the start of it. Thank you, Samantha. Okay, so how you would take it off? Let's say this is my last peg. Ignore all of this because I don't want to. I don't want to take it off in this area because then I get confused. Because the way the yarn ends right here, it ends differently. So I don't want to really deal with the beginning peg. But if I were taking this off, I could literally take it off right here and cast it back on if I chose to. But wrap it, and you're gonna typically be doing that with your hand. So I'm gonna put that over there. Pick this up off the loom. So that's me wrapping the last peg. Now I'm gonna wrap this one. You're gonna wrap the peg next to it and knit it off. And then you're gonna take this one off and put it over here. Take this stitch, pick it up, and pull it off like that. So you'll basically do the same thing, except for this time you'll just only wrap on one peg. So if I decide to have a hole in this blanket right here, I can have a hole in the blanket. Get that off, and you just do this until you get to the end. Now I'm gonna put these back, but this is how you would cast off, and you do it the same way. So I'm gonna put all my stuff back. Thank you, Evie's Crochet. I'm gonna put all my stitches back. I need a drink first though. Alright, this is the stitch. Alright. This one comes off first. And put that right there. And then this one comes off. Put that one back right there. Email. You can email me for purchases. Aw. Okay, I got you. My email should be in my bio area. I'm making a baby blanket right now. I'm trying to put my stitches back on so I can finish doing what I'm doing. So I have, if I make a mistake on the loom, I go back a couple of rows back. I never take the whole thing apart. Uh-oh. How I'm on the last stitch and tripping. Everything else went back on there nicely. I get that grief too. I crochet and I loom knit, but I get more grief for loom knitting than I do for crochet. Okay, you can use that one because I have an email for that name too. So I check both of them. So you can use those craft day at Gmail because I keep saying I'm gonna switch over to that one. I don't know why I haven't yet because that's what I created it for. What are you struggling with, Cindy? Do you have a white one like this one? You can make a blanket with the round looms, Omar. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Philip. But oh, by the way, um, you'll have to I need like the measurements and stuff too, so I make sure what however you're trying to get it on you. I just need the different measurements so I can do that for you. Okay? You make panels. Well, there's also a 10 stitch method where you don't have to make panels or sew them together to do a blanket too. I've never done it, but um, others have, and they say it works very quickly. Yeah, I can type my email in there. I'm gonna type the Doe's Craft Day one in there. Okay, so with it keep popping off, your stitches keep popping off the loom. What I would do is, are you doing it with your hand or with a wrapping tool? The email that I'm about to send y'all is coming from a different account. It's from my husband's account, so because I read my comments and stuff through his account, and so that email that y'all just seen come up, that is from me on my husband's account. I watch like my live from his account so I can read you guys' comments, and that way my phone can be pointed down at the loom. Oh, okay. Well, for me, um, are you talking about after you finish the row or while you're working on the row? Because if it's while you're working on the row, it's something that you kind of just got to get used to because it does happen. When I was a beginner, it happened to me a lot. And so what I would do is when it popped off, I would place my hand down there to keep it from jumping too. And kind of I hold this end of my yarn and this you keep you keep falling asleep. Maybe you need to get some rest. Y'all, I have about 30 more minutes left on live. I didn't know how much time had passed. At first it seemed like it was moving slow. Okay, so for me, I would never wrap my loom with my hand because I have arthritis and everything. And it seemed like it popped off more often and my stitches and my tension was really bad when I did it with my hand. So for me, when I wrap with the pen, I wrap with this holding in my fingers, so it adds a little tension to it. So if it happens to jump off the loom, I can kind of tug it a little bit and stop it from coming off, and then that'll keep me from getting frustrated because I get annoyed when it pops off like that too. And I may be able to do it while I'm on live, so I'm gonna attempt it. Usually when I attempt it, it all comes off. But if I'm doing it and it just pops off, I'm able to catch it real quick. So I'm gonna wrap it as far as I can. And my bad, I bumped the thing. I'm showing you that the yarn is in my hand as I work. So I'm not holding it like real tight. So this is my tension controller too. That way when it's coming out of the skein of yarn, I know when it's too tight or when it's, while it's wrapping, if it gets tension too. So I can feel all the tension in my fingers. I swear it makes it a lot faster. I like to wrap fast so I can trick my brain into feeling like I'm going like extra fast. So I'm gonna try and move a certain way to where it jumps off, and then I'm gonna try and see if I can catch it. Cause that's what I normally do. I try to catch it. Let's say my hand came. Now when I want it to jump off, it don't jump off. It's not jumping off the way it typically does. Ain't that about something? When you want something to perform, when you need it to, it don't. Let me see if maybe I wrapped it faster. Maybe I was moving slow, so it may have had too much tension on it. Let's try it now. It is not acting right, y'all. I think it's the yarn. Yes, it's fine. Crochet corner. It's the email is right beside the name Aaron James. Y'all, I can't get it. I can't get it to pop off the way I wanted to, and I think it's because I've used this yarn in a skirt, and also I made it into a cake after I frosted the skirt. So the yarn is like, it's not really fresh yarn per se. It's been manipulated multiple times, so it's not gonna pop off the way I want it to. But usually when it pops off, I do something like this, so that'll stop it from jumping off too. Yeah, it's typed in the comments up there. It was further up there. I'll put it back in there. I'll put it in there again. So that email that you just saw come through, that is my husband's account. Like, I'm coming with his account. So my email is right beside his name. So that's my email right there. It's dosecraftday@gmail.com. I just posted it. It's right above your comment. That's me coming from my husband's page. It's gonna say Aaron James, not gonna say the screen name is not gonna say Doe's birthday. But if you're still not getting it, it's DOESCRAFTE@gmail.com. Excuse me. Oh, thank you for the sticker. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm getting ready to post a video I did with a company. And they just sent me a free science kit, and I'm a big science geek. And so I did water filtering. And so I'm excited to share with y'all some chemistry I did. Because at first I was feeling a little scared because there were 3 experiments. The first experiment and the third experiment kind of worked off each other. But the second experiment was like, this is dangerous and it's difficult. I was like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do that one. But they supposedly work together in some kind of way. So I watched a couple videos and I was able to get it done. So, that just made me excited. I did it technically. I did it all by myself, not even with a partner. And I had the teacher, but I didn't have a partner. I usually work well, but others can help me physically and show me how to do something. Because I tend to take on things with like, this is too much information coming at me at one time. Okay, I typed it in. Comment on one of my videos and ask me for the email, and I'll give it to you there. Cause it's in the comments. I put it up there twice. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. Maybe it's the maybe it's YouTube. Maybe I can't put my email in the chat. Maybe that's what it is. Cause I forgot about that. It could be filtered. Yep, I typed it twice. So there's just don't worry when I I can't respond to like the video right now, but type it in on one video and I'll go and check it in my comments later on, and I'll give you the email then because it's not letting me give you my email. I think they're filtering my email out. I don't know why. Mm. Cause I didn't put it in the chat like twice. So I don't know why it's not showing up. Maybe because they feel like it's something personal. I don't know. Thank you, Emerson. I remembered. I think. I hope. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. And look, you might have to remind me the next time because I'm terrible. I'm not good at remembering very well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Awesome. I'm at, you'll have to wait, Crochet Corner. You have to wait till I get off live. Well, I could say it out loud. DOES is dosecraft8 at gmail.com. DOES CRAFTE at gmail.com. Good night. I just gave it to you. It's okay. Right? Philip, you been in the bushes. I, I appreciate you being in the bushes. Ain't nothing wrong with being in the bushes. Sometimes you just need to be there because sometimes it's too much. And when I said that, I started thinking of Homer and them bushes. He sank back in the bushes. I forgot it. I even forgot why, but I remember the meme about it on TikTok. Everybody was making the videos of them sinking back into bushes at one point, and I don't even remember why Homer did it. Yeah, I might watch me an episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway when I get in the house. They've been playing a lot of that lately. They used to be my show. Right. Right, sits in some soil. Yeah, I got about 15 more minutes. I just gave you my email. What you mean? I don't see what else you wrote. Huh? I don't know. I'm not understanding. Oh, you talking about? Oh, you need more time. I got lost in space for a quick second. You need more time. I don't have more time. I'm starting to not think right. I'm starting to get all discombobulated. Yes, that's pearl stitch. You want to see it up close? Hola. I have to. Hola, Guadalupe. I have to get rest. I have church in the morning for one thing. And I don't want to miss church. I'm gonna just do the first one off the camera because I gotta borrow from the other stitches. But I'm gonna hold it up close so y'all can see. No, I can show you right now because I'm already in the area. That's why. And I could look. I show it next time too. I'm already doing it, so it doesn't bother me. Had it a little bit tight there. All right, let me move that out the way. Don't know why that's doing all that crazy stuff. All right. So this is how you do a purl stitch. You want your working yarn to go across there. Your working yarn is whatever you're working with your what you're using to wrap the stitches on. It's your working yarn. So you want to go down your top stitch. You want to go down there with your hook, and you want to turn down or lay it over your working yarn and turn my fingers, turn the hook so that it comes through, and you want to pick it up off the peg, and then that's your old stitch is off now, and then you replace the new stitch and tug it slightly. So each time I'm gonna do it without verbally explaining it. So I meant the more I do it. So go down the old stitch, turn your hook up, place it down on your working yarn, turn your hook, pull it up, lift it off the peg, the old one off the peg, replace it with a new purl stitch, tug slightly, down, press, turn, pull up, replace, tug slightly. It's not that hard, it's just tedious because you have to do it with your fingers. You can't do it like a E-stitch, like wrap it with a, wrap it with a pen or anything. You gotta like do each individual stitch with your hand. So that's the only reason why I don't like the purl stitch, but I love the way it looks. Like you can never go wrong with the way it looks. It makes it look very neat on the edges. All right, y'all, got about 10 minutes left. Awesome, no problem. I might pull out the big one next week. I'll see. Haven't decided yet. Yeah. Um, but they, from my understanding, they both pretty much make the same size um, blanket in width. So this one is for thicker yarn. I've used like 5 up to number 7 yarn on this one, so it's really long. It's way longer than this one. And they, but I keep reading this. They both end up being 5 feet long. So the only difference is the thickness of yarn. But you can still use number 6 yarn on this one if you want to just work with bigger yarn. But I just never use thicker yarn on this one because I don't like adjusting for tension. But I got that loom over there so I can use thicker yarn without having to like readjust. Thank you for the likes. Or are those laughs? I can't even see y'all. That bigger one is like, it's more difficult to work with. I got a even bigger lazy Susan for it too. So my other lazy Susan comes out to like here. But yeah, I only use that green one for thicker yarn. Like if I decide to maybe double up this blanket yarn, possibly. Now I could think about doing more blankets like that, but doubling up the yarn. I just thought about that. I don't know. I don't know yet. Y'all, this is my last row. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Which one you buy? You know, I just went through my glue fiasco. That's crazy that you had to put the pegs in there though. I'm like, that is wow. Okay, awesome. What time you gonna live tomorrow? What color is the one you talking about? Your pegs keep pulling out? Wow. My the wrapping tool I use typically has helped me out with that. Try putting some glue on there. Okay. Oh, you do late night. I don't know. Orange and red. I don't remember an orange and red one. I've been seeing like the blue and the pink ones on on Amazon, and I got a green one from Michaels, but I've been suggesting the blue and pink ones because I see the ratings on those, and if the ratings on those um, for me are very similar to the Michaels one. I don't know about the display or advertisement for it, but the company is Knitting Board, so you can message them. The company that makes it is KB slash Knitting Board, but it's knittingboard.com, but it stands for KB. And you can get it from knittingboard.com, Joann's, or Amazon. Okay, gotcha. I'll catch the replay. I got you. I'm so excited. I didn't know you were going live with your looming. We're gonna take over YouTube. We're gonna bring looming. We're gonna make looming popular. Um, I'll spell it out. It's KNITTINGBOARD, as if you were writing on the board, and it's .com. But that's the company, and but you can get these from Amazon and Joann's, as well as the company website. Awesome. Sipping some soil. Cool. Okay. Because I can always learn something new. All I do is the basics for the most part. The only other time I've ever done like different stitches was that I would say there'd be about 2 or 3 times. If I'm not like doing the E stitch, I'm preferably doing something with the U stitch because it makes a lot of plushies really good, really nicely because of the tight stitch. Awesome. I just bought some more round looms, y'all. I'm ashamed, but I'm not really ashamed because I want to make some beanies, and I thought I was going to be doing that on the Addy, but I've since learned that the Addy only has like 40 something pegs, and that's not true adult size. So I went and bought some looms that are more adult size fitting whenever I work um yarn on them. So yeah. We are at the end of my live. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, Frida. This color combination came from Red Heart, Bright Stripe by Red Heart. You want the blue and white and black sweater to be crochet, or you want it to be knitted? Cause I crochet too. I've been crocheting for 2 years. I've been knitting for loom knitting for way longer. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Yes. Good night. Good night. See you guys. See you guys next week. I gotta go and get off here because I'm sleepy. I know you guys are, and I wanna. Okay. My channel. If you see my channel, it's Doe's Craft Day, but without the apostrophes in it. It's Doe's Craft Day at gmail.com. So you can email me there, and we can talk about the sweater. Okay, I think I've gotten all that taken care of. I'm gonna give it one more minute just to make sure that was communicated. Because I know it's, you know, slow replay back sometimes. All right, y'all. I'm getting on out of here. Peace.